Today, I'd like to make an appeal. I've looked recently at episodes and they're not getting as many likes as they used to, guys. So if you could spare just a moment of your time as an algorithm ultra to go down below this video and leave a like, it would be appreciated. Of course, yesterday, it was Carabao Cup football. We played the cup final. We tasted Carabao. It tasted awful. I still taste it in my mouth. Today, we've got Europa League action. And of course, it is Europa League action against Manchester United. We keep butting heads against Manchester United. I keep having to play them. They've popped up again. It's Wayne Rooney's side. They are currently 9th in the Premier League. We are down in 10th. And to be honest, for both teams, winning this competition is the only way they're going to get into the Champions League. So with 6 games left of the league season, you have to imagine both of us have got full focus on this game. That's right, we've got the long-awaited away day to Old Trafford, 2 massive games in Europe. Can we go marching on? Are we still throwing in the league? We'll cover all that and more after the intro. So to answer the question, are we still throwing things in the league? No. Taking on Brentford in 3rd place, Cadman, he scored another tap-in. He is actually a tap-in merchant. He scored, then Gaspar scored. This was the only game we've played since you were last here. Brentford up in 3rd, feels weird to say. Wasn't a great performance, but away from home, we rode our luck. We took our chances. I mean, we won the XG battle, but that's because of the nature of the chances we had. But they were golden opportunities. We didn't waste them. We got a win. And like I mentioned in the intro, we're up to 10th, which, I mean, to be frank, it's a little bit disappointing, but it is still very, very close between ourselves, Manchester United and Chelsea. This has really been a season where everyone has just taken points off one another. The actual points totals really, really low this season, outside of really Arsenal and Man City. We are hitting that crunch point of the season as well. Only 6 league games left, but for us, all focus is on the Europa League. And of course, in this competition, we've been drawn against Manchester United. When you look at the remaining teams in this competition, Manchester United's probably the one team I didn't want to have to play. And of course, as I already mentioned, if you win the Europa League, if you win in the final, you qualify for the Champions League. And when you look at, well, the current situation here at the club, yes, we've got Conference League football. I'd love to get Champions League football this season. Now, before we talk about the lineup for the game against Manchester United, a little bit of transfer news. Manny Wilford, we talked about this briefly last episode. We have agreed to sign him permanently, £7 million, of course, in on loan this year. Has impressed me enough to justify that signing. And elsewhere, we've snapped up a couple of youngsters. The first here, not the most exciting, Habib, Croatian under-21 international, signed from Manchester United. Look, he was available as a free transfer. They weren't giving him a senior deal, so I figured we'd poach him, just to throw some fuel on the flames ahead of this game against them. The other player we've picked up here is Sulla, and yes, you're looking at it correctly. I've signed a left winger. I don't play with wingers. But this man, 18 years old, had an £8.4 million release clause, has only just turned 18 6 months ago, and, well, he's got 7 caps for Turkey. He looks very, very good. I did notice earlier, he has picked up a concussion, though. Hopefully that's not reason for concern. When I looked at his injury history, there was a few little things here and there, but I just think he's worth a punt for 8 million. I've signed a winger. I don't play with wingers. You can let me know if you think he looks any good. So in terms of our own injury news, we are a little bit light in the final third. Diallo still injured with that twisted ankle, which I believe he picked up during last episode. He's out for between 5 days and 2 weeks, so he might be on the bench for the second leg. Feels a tad unlikely. And another player who won't be available for this first leg is Lemos. It does say here, fitness test not required, but I'm a man of principle, and if a player has kind of fair for their condition, I'm just not going to risk them. He's twisted his knee. I've had knee issues in the past. I'm not taking a chance on Lemos's knees. The last thing I want really is to rush Lemos back. He gets injured here and can't play in the second leg away from home. I want to believe in this home leg, we can go toe-to-toe with them. And in fact, looking at our past meetings against Manchester United, let's sort it by kind of most recent order. We have won 4 of the last 5 meetings against them. We have a very, very good record against Manchester United. So with that in mind, I'm expectant today. So I mentioned Lemos is out, Diallo is injured as well. That does mean Cadman makes the bench. I feel like for me, this player is quickly becoming a little favourite of mine. I'm trying to rush him into the first team. He's got a load of potential. He's a tapping merchant. I love him. He's got 6 goals in 5 games in all competitions. I will admit, 3 of them did come in the Papa John's trophy with the youth team, but that still counts. And if you're wondering how we did in the Papa John's Trophy of our under-21s team, lost to Barnsley in the quarterfinals. That's fine. I'm happy with that. So in terms of the lineup for this game, you can see it on screen here. It is pretty much full strength with the exception of the Lemos injury. Bignot, Gaspar starting alongside one another. Alunga starting at centre attacking mid. I've been umming and ahhing about this attacking role. I feel like the shadow striker just works better. So going into this game, Alunga, shadow striker. I know he can't finish, and I know that's a problem, but we're just going to ignore it and pretend it doesn't exist. Because in Football Manager, you very rarely get a player who covers every single base. If he's good at most things, that's often enough. I do know it doesn't make the most of his vision, which is one of his best attributes, but sometimes you have to pick just stuff that works well in the game versus what the player's actually good at. That's how you succeed in Football Manager. I hate to ruin the illusion. This is not a perfect football simulation. I mean, Guernsey have got to the Premier League in 14 years. So, yeah, it's not real life, folks. I'm not sure where the passion for that talk came from, but I feel like it's just worth reiterating it. We are playing a game here. We're here to have fun. I will have fun if we beat Man UFC today. I want to beat them today. Here's their team. They're playing a 4-2-3-1. Is that Rodrigo? That is not the Rodrigo I was thinking of. It's Regen Rodrigo, who is their star player. I mean, technically, he is Brazilian Rodrigo. He's just not the real Rodrigo that we're all thinking of. I will say now, he's very blooming good, isn't he? He is a decent player. Can kick a ball. So this is the quarter-final of the Europa League. If we make it through here, we're into the semi-finals, suddenly I start to get a little bit excited. I start to dream of the Champions League. Like I already mentioned, Manchester United, definitely the best team left in this competition outside of ourselves, at least on paper. With that in mind, I really, really, really want to take the game to them in this home game especially. Press home an advantage, try and create a lot. Early signs statistically are good. No highlights yet, but there is one now. There I am. Iconic green and red suit. One day I will get a green and red suit like that, but I don't know what we have to do to achieve that. If I hit 1 million subscribers on YouTube, I'll buy the suit. Given the fact it took 10 years to hit 180,000. I think we're fine for a few years yet. You know, when I'm 80 years old, I'll rock the suit. Gaspar round the keeper, finishes it. He's offside. It wouldn't have counted. It was a great finish as well. I feel like in episodes where there's big games, I get more giddy. I think it's a combination of big games and the standing desk. But at the moment, lots of reason for positivity. Lots of reason to be energetic. We've got them on the back foot early. Of course, getting them on the back foot's one thing. Do also need to score goals when you've got a team on the back foot in football. Manchester United, 1 shot on target in the first half an hour, 1 shot on goal total. That said, they are on attack here. And, well, Rojas has kind of dealt with that. Not very well, I'll be honest. He's put Manny Wilford in a whole world of trouble. We've kind of half cleared it, but we are still penned back. Hatton, edge of the box, Allen. Gives it to Roberto. The right back's bringing it forward. Puts it in the middle. I am not enjoying this. What was that defending? You know what? Not going to criticise the defending. Didn't result in a goal. It's fine. Rojas with a throw-in on the far side. The rain is lashing down here. Can we make something happen? Balls are going to be difficult for the keeper to deal with, but unfortunately, on that occasion, Bazunu was up to the task. I will also issue an apology. I think it was last episode or the episode before last, I mentioned Bazunu being a Man City player. I'll be honest, forgot he moved to Southampton in real life last summer. It's one of those transfers that happen in real life, but it feels like a Football Manager transfer. So I forgot it happened. Oh my word, Gaspar. Where did that come from? Bignot with the assist, Gaspar with the goal. Who needs Lemos? I'll be honest, when Teixeira won that header, I wasn't expecting an immediate chance, but we got one. McKillop, Bignot, Fred through Gaspar, who uses his pace to get in behind. And that finish opens up his foot, finesses it into that bottom corner. Don't know what this is. That was the move the ball made. I enjoyed that goal. 1-0 up at the break here. Really, really happy with that half. Manchester United had a flurry of chances later on in the game, but truth be told, we dominated possession, we dominated the play. I'm going to tell the players, I don't want to see a hint of complacency. Roberto is stressed. Roberto, mate, you weren't bad, but I believe you can still improve. I have faith. Now he's pleased. Life's good. Let's move on. Imagine in like 10 years in Football Manager where I'll be able to do the team talk into the microphone and the players will react. That'll be good. And then the next step, 20 years in the future, we'll have virtual reality. I'll be able to actually cuddle the players or shake their hands or whatever gesture I want to do in VR. That'll be good. Don't think that is the future of Football Manager. Okay, Jaime, corner. Can we make something happen? Ball in, Teixeira header. It's 2-0. I said going into this game, we have the beating of Manchester United. We've beaten them 4 out of the last 5 meetings against them. Done the double over them in the league last season, I think, and this year. we've just done it here as well. Teixeira heads it down. I don't know what Bazunu's doing in goal. Not going to complain. I feel like we deserve that. Alunga has been suffering a little bit of a knock here, so I'm going to take him off. I'm going to bring in JV. Elsewhere, Giamfi's not the best of games, so Buyak, on you come. Buyak, by the way, showing some really good development this year, the Polish left wing-back. Rojas looks stressed at half-time. We're going to bring him off for Hunter, I think, at right wing-back. Do I want to make one more change? You know what? I do. Warunga. Come on down, it's your time to shine. With half an hour left here, 2-0 is great, but given how this game's gone on, if we could get one more goal, take a 3-goal lead to protect into a game at Old Trafford, that would be great. Yes, our record head-to-head against Manchester United is really solid. I'm aware of it, you're aware of it if you play Football Manager. Manchester United is still quite a difficult game, and Football Manager's a funny old sport, and, well, football's a funny old sport. Football Manager's the funny old game. 2-goal cushions, they feel safe, they very rarely are. So a third would be nice. Of course, they could still score here, but with how this game's gone on, you wouldn't put it past us to get another. There might even be a chance here. Gaspar, difficult angle. Bazunu makes the stop. Another chance immediately, though. Allen heads it away. Hatton gets it away from danger. McKillop has been very involved in the play here, playing as that Segundo Volante on support. Hunter dinks it in JV. I mean, the 5'2", I was going to say demon in the box. That is very angry demon. The ant is what we established earlier on this year. He's got his header on it. He couldn't head it on target, though. Okay, can we make something happen here? 7 minutes left. Manchester United. I don't think I've had a highlight in this second half. It has been all one-way traffic. Let's not shoot ourselves in the foot now. McKillop loses out to Hatton in the midfield. That said, Hunter, fresh off the bench, ready to hunt down the play, gives it back to Wilford. Warunga, Jaime, Warunga. JV, little bit of time and space to turn into. Is dispossessed, but Buyak is there to mop up the pieces. Plenty of players forward. Tried to pick out Gaspar with the through ball, but couldn't quite make it happen. But Buyak works back well to win it. Manchester United really committing men to this attack now. They are going for a goal here. Rodrigo through the middle runs. Wilford tested. I think that was a fairly straightforward save at the end of it, and well, I was expecting that to be that. There could be more, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, there is no more. Or is there? Uno reverse card played by Football Manager. 5 minutes left here. I would love another goal. Big Knot. He's got a man to his right. It's Hunter. Players in the box here. They've got so many men in the box. JV, if he was only a little bit faster, he might have got there. The pass just slightly overhit. But as Manchester United commit men forward, their wing-backs are really pushing on. They are leaving a lot of space in the wide areas for our wing-backs. And Hunter has got in behind and Big Knot has just kicked it at Bazunu. 3 minutes of added time, 1 minute left of it. Don't concede now. No. Football match, just blow the whistle. Whistling lips. You know that. Don't do it anymore. I've changed my mind. Gaspar. Buyak's on the overlap. Fresh legs for the left wing back. He's not very lively in this game. McKillop, options to his right, might go on his own. Oh my word. Going to Old Trafford with a 2-goal lead is massive. I want to believe we can protect it. I'd like to apologise to Rangers fans. You've lost the first leg at home 4-0 to Sevilla. Maybe don't pay for the travel to Spain. Probably not worth it. Alunga's out for 1 to 3 days. That's not too terrible. We have actually got Aston Villa in 3 days' time. But given where we are in the league, given the fact we've already got Conference League football in the bag, it's very unlikely we're going to catch Tottenham, who are 10 points ahead of us with 6 games left. So for the Villa game, going to play the B team, going to rest everyone up, and we are going to be full focus now on this Europa League game. Which, just looking at things here, is a week away, so not a lot of time for the players to regroup. We've got an away day to do as well. Let's get straight to that one. I'm excited. 1 foot in the semi-final. Let's get the second foot in there too. It's a bit annoying, really. Ever since we've not needed to win games in the league, or rather the wins have been redundant, and we're just playing the B team, we've, of course, just started winning in the league. Beat Aston Villa here, 1-0. Great performance. We're going to ignore the fact that Cadman missed a penalty. He did get an assist. Big Knight had a goal ruled out really late on. With that result, we have creeped ahead of Chelsea. Elsewhere, Aston Villa, remember them last year in Europa League spots. Right now, 17th, 1 point above Bournemouth. I mean, it's so close at the bottom. Anyone could go down. If Villa were to get relegated this year, that would be madness. They finished 8th last year. They're still in the Conference League right now. Maybe that's why they're struggling. They drew 0-0 against Atleti in the first leg of their quarter-final game. Manchester United fans, you've had a long time to wait for this, but today, finally, we're going to Old Trafford for an away day. So for the game today, we are leaving the lovely island of Guernsey. We are heading north to Manchester and to Old Trafford, which it is definitely somewhere here. Where is Old Trafford in Manchester? I'm looking too far north here. Old Trafford's down here somewhere, I swear. I found it. Turns out Old Trafford is in the part of Manchester called Old Trafford. Who would have thought? Now, I've never been to Old Trafford to watch Manchester United play. I have been to see England play when Wembley was being built, and I remember the game. It was England versus Hungary. It was a World Cup friendly ahead of the competition, and I remember it because there was the Crystal Palace goalkeeper, Kilray, I want to say. He always used to wear like 3/4 length trousers or just baggy joggers. It was Kilray. I'm 99.9% sure. The streets will remember. He's that kind of goalkeeper. He was playing in goal for Hungary and England did win. Anyway, first thoughts. Train line next to the stadium. Good transport links. Car park does exist, although it is sponsored by Russian Airlines, which... that doesn't make it a great car park, does it? This is the first time I've seen a car park that is sponsored. I mean, there is lots of car parking, lots of parking here for people who need accessibility to the stadium more easily, which we can definitely respect. More car parking here. I mean, maybe the future of car parks at football stadiums is going to be to get them sponsored, simply because then when I do my away day, you get free advertising. I mean, if you're a non-league club out there, start selling your sponsorship space on your car parks. It is one of the better car parks we've seen. It's not the most aesthetically pleasing shape of car park. I'm looking around to see if there's anything really around the stadium to do. There is no bungee jumping. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. In fact, it doesn't really look like there's anything besides the football stadium. I'll be honest, the stadium at a glance doesn't look that bad, although this is from 2014, so yeah, that's almost a decade ago now. That's scary, isn't it? 2014 was 10 years ago. I'm having an existential crisis right now. But yeah, Old Trafford has a bit of a reputation for being a bit run down under the Glazers, not really maintained, talk of a new stadium and stuff. At a glance, it is a mighty impressive stadium just to look at. What's also impressive is just the car park. Just getting a look at the car park here. Good car park. Now, I don't want to get anyone's hopes up too much. There are lots of dots here in a line. Can we just go in a tour of the stadium or something? Where does it go? It goes all the way from here round. Can I just wander here? Can we just wander around the whole of Old Trafford? Can I go inside? Where are we going? I don't know. Oh, okay. Disappointing news. It isn't actually inside the stadium. And also, there are so many pictures here. We barely move with every click, and I can't click further ahead very easily. My hopes, they got up so high, I am now disappointed. We do have some drone footage of the stadium here. I remember, I hope this isn't like a phantom memory, they built up these corners at one point, right? These corners used to be lower at Old Trafford. I'm 99.9% sure. I remember them being built vaguely. Here is the stadium, though. It is a nice ground. It's a pretty stadium, but it is also Manchester United Stadium, so I can't say too many nice things about it. There are some dots around here on the south side that I do just want to check out. I wonder if there's anything interesting going on, because I think this is where you go on the Old Trafford tour. Where are we? Oh, there's a physio chair. There's a Manchester United wheelie bin. You know what? I hope we've got Guernsey wheelie bins. Here's the toilets at Old Trafford. They have got adequate facilities. I clicked on the pitch and we have just ended up in the club shop, which I guess is fine. Is it just me, or are all these statues positioned like Ronaldo when he's about to take a free kick? Do people know what I'm on about? I've just noticed they've got Ibrahimovic shirts for sale alongside Pogba and Rooney shirts. Ibrahimovic at Manchester United, in my head, it feels like a bit of a fever dream. I'm not 100% sure that transfer actually happened. It felt like something that you do in Football Manager. I'll level with you, for all the photospheres and stuff there was to see, not actually that much interesting stuff to look at. I was expecting to have way more behind-the-scenes stuff to look at with Manchester United, but there isn't a load of stuff from the stadium tour. In terms of the stadium itself, I do actually like Old Trafford. I like the fact it's a slightly older stadium that's been built up over time. I do desperately hope that when Manchester United do look to either redevelop the stadium or move to a new stadium, they choose the former option, just because I feel like it's nice to preserve stadiums like this. Unfortunately for Old Trafford, it's a great stadium that doesn't have anything going on around it other than the stadium tour, which I have actually done, but that's a whole nother story. What do you even rate this? Okay, I thought about it. Great stadium, good car parking. Some of the best car parking we've seen, to be frank, and that in itself is going to help them out here. Old Trafford, Manchester United, 6 out of 10. Okay, away day wrapped up. I'm not sure how I'm going to have edited that away day. I was disappointed. Not by the stadium itself. I kind of knew what to expect, but just by what Google Earth had to offer. So Manchester United fans, step up, go round with a 360 camera for me. We're going to get into this game here. Take it on Manchester United, away from home. It's going to be tricky. In terms of team selection, going to go with this team here. One change made from last game, Lemos coming in for Bignot. The reason for doing that is Lemos does have just that little bit more overall quality, is slightly more fit than Bignot, who was forced to play in the previous game midweek, just with some of the injuries that we've had in the final third. And additionally, and I could be completely wrong here, I think Bignot plays better on off the bench. So we're going to test the theory now. You know, that seemed like a good time to experiment, the Europa League quarter-final. Besides that, though, nothing too crazy going on here. Hoping for more of the same. If we can control possession, I think we got a good chance of winning this one. I mean, the worst thing that could happen for us right now is Manchester United get a very early goal. They are playing a different system here. They're going with a 4-4-2. No idea if that's a good or a bad thing, but something to just pay attention to as this game goes on is their formation. Will they change it up a little bit? Of course, for ourselves, nothing crazy going on here. One change from the previous game. If we can match the level of performance we saw before, I think we get through this game unscathed. Naturally, the worst thing that could happen is they score in the first 5 minutes. Football Manager, I didn't mean it. I did not mean, please no. They're on the attack. I don't like this, although I don't mind them trying to get the ball to their centre-back like that, because it's a chance for us to win possession in a good area. McKillop battling away, wins it, back with the ball now. Fred through Alunga, who takes it down. Man in the middle, pulled the trigger. All 9 finishing on display there. So far in this game, only 39% of the ball. I am going to change things up slightly with that in mind. Going to get rid of work ball into the box, get rid of look for overlap. And in transition, I'm going to tell us to just distribute it as we see fit. Sometimes I feel like distributing it out from the back is a good way and surefire way to hold onto the ball. It's not really happening in the opening stages of this game. Let's be a little bit more freeform with how we do things. Against teams that play one striker against us, it's a lot easier to play it out from the back, really. Against 2 strikers, it does get a little bit more hairy for our centre-backs, although really we should still be able to manage it. But, well, it wasn't working in the early stages. Having made those changes in the first 10 minutes, nothing has happened. But, well, that's fine. We're 2-0 up. I'm sat here looking at my watch as if that has anything to do with the game, but looking at the time in game, thinking 5 minutes left of the half. You know what? I'm fine with time whizzing away. If time wants to whiz away, that's fine. Set pieces, not so fine. We might need to do something here. Ribera did not play in the last game. On from the off here. Doherty, wide area, bringing it forward. Options in the middle, blocked away. Let's not foul anyone. Let's not give the ball to happen either. Oh my word, we've been off the hook there. We nearly shot ourselves in the foot, but good news. Half time, 0-0. Oh my, we're on a little clean sheet run at the moment. I say that, it's 3 clean sheets in a row. That's a run as far as I'm concerned. Given our recent form, that's impressive. Okay, players very, very happy with the team talk at halftime. Straight into the second half. Not going to change anything early here. Florentine on a booking, maybe a little bit of a cause for concern. Gaspar not having the best game in the final third. I was about to bring on Bignot. We'll wait now, though, to see what Manchester United do here. Rodrigo, one of their key players holding up the ball, gives it to Roberto, crossed into Gera. One man of the match in that first leg. Great header by him, but still more to be done here. I think the cross was blocked, and now it's with Manny Wilford, who, of course, isn't going to look to roll it out necessarily. I'm happy for him to launch it long, and launch it long. He's going to try. Unfortunately, did not pick out Gaspar, and now Happinen is bringing the ball forward for them. When we met Manchester United in the league, he was sent off. So far in this game, he's been better behaved, but that finish there was poor. I paused the game. I wanted to make a change, and another highlight began immediately. I guess we'll just embrace it. As soon as this highlight ends, I'm pausing the game. I'm making changes. Unless there's a goal either way. In which case, Bignot, put your tracksuit bottoms back on, mate. You're probably not coming on in this game, at least right now. Manchester United trying to play the ball around the back. Happening. Where is our defence? What is our defence? Bicchieri, 1-on-1. Scores it. I mean, so much for the clean sheet streak. I mean, look, I am not a real football manager. I'm going to state the obvious here. That is not a very good defensive shape, is it? Tejera should be goal side. Fallen team should probably be further back. I mean, we've just gifted them a goal there. Gone up one end, had a few chances, and then they've hit us on the counter. Right, Tyrese, mate, come over here. We're having a chat. You're coming on, son. Going to bring in Bignot for Gaspar. Elsewhere, Jamfi's not having a very good game at left wing back. Buyak impressed me last time out, so we're going to bring him in. Don't like Florentine on a booking, but I'm going to show a little bit of trust. And JV played well midweek. We're going to play him as an attacking midfielder rather than the shadow striker. just because he really doesn't suit a shadow striker role. But he's played well in the league when we've been playing the rotator team. I could do with him playing well here, and well, he could be involved in the play immediately. Buyak and JV in the middle. Cross is blocked. Manchester United going to back themselves to get back into this game. Half an hour left for them to get that crucial goal. Little reminder, no away goals. So away goals don't mean anything. That said, a goal here would be significant. Rojas through them. That was a pass. That was 9 passing right there. He's given it to Bazunu. I don't know why Rojas didn't shoot. I kind of wish he had. We could now find ourselves on the back foot too, because I do not think that was the highlight, unfortunately for us, or maybe fortunately for us, as we have managed to regain possession. Tejera, Jaime, option over to the left, it's Big Knot, plays it to JV, who's just out-muscled there in the middle. Not for the first time, but Cherry getting in behind, plays in Ribera, one-on-one. It's 2-0 Manchester United on the night. It's 2-2 on aggregate. I know it. I think at this point know it. Our defence is not good enough for where we want to be, and I don't even feel like we've played that badly as a whole, but they've caught us out twice. They've scored 2 goals. Rojas at right wing back. Off you come, mate. Ryan Hunter impressed me last game. Going to bring him on in this game. I'm going to change both him and Buyak to complete wing backs on support rather than regular wing backs on attack. Want them to get forward a little bit more and maybe a little bit more quickly than we would normally. Of course, we've not got the look for overlap instructions on, but complete wingbacks will look to involve themselves a little bit more in the play. 20 minutes left here. I mean, when you look at the stats for this game, we have just not been good enough. Let's make further changes. Going to get rid of passing to space, up the directness slightly. Let's look to hit some earlier crosses into the box. Bidnot and Lemos, 2 decent players with the ball at their feet. But yeah, this game here, we've just not been good enough. I mean, Manchester United, very, very good team. On paper, a way better team than ourselves. We have the lowest wage spend in the Premier League still. We obviously lack quality, but I want to believe we can grind out something here. But it is looking more and more difficult by the day, especially with Manchester United committing men forward to this attack. Roberto crosses blocked, back into the middle. McKillop reads it well. McKillop has been really involved in the 2 legs, I feel like, at breaking up the play. Now with Tyrese Bignot, who's going to try and pick out JV. It's not a good ball in. Neither team capable of holding on to the possession for extended periods, it feels like at the moment. McKillop puts in a tackle. It falls to Bicheri. He's all on his lonesome. And for a moment, I thought he was about to pull out the unthinkable. That would have been a ridiculous goal. Going to make further changes here. Jaime's not been great. I am going to bring in Montero, I think. Volashak on a booking as well. I've already used 4 subs. Right, Jaime, you're staying on. Volashak, I have to take off. He's on a 6.2. He's on a booking. Warunga, fresh legs may be needed. Okay, it's the 86th minute. We could be on the verge of extra time unless something happens here. And well, something could happen here. Bicheri plays it inside Rodrigo. Warunga has given away a penalty. I can't believe it. I've subbed on Warunga. Rodrigo penalty. Manny Wilford can't get there. It's a bottle. It's a 2-0 up after the first leg. I've subbed on Warunga. I should have taken off Jaime. I should have stuck to my guns. I should have kept Volashak on. It's the 88th minute. We need a goal. So, yeah, we just have to throw men forward now, don't we? Call it insanity. Tejera, you're going to play as a target forward, mate. You're big and tall, so it should work. In possession, hit early crosses, more direct than ever. Float those crosses in transition, distribute it quickly over the top. Just lump it. Out of possession, just drag everything up. We have not very long here to get a goal. I'm doing everything I can. Okay, 5 minutes of added time. We're playing an absolute monstrosity to try and force something to happen here. There's 2 minutes left. There's 1 minute left. I don't want to be here. We've just lost. And I'll be honest, it's not even close in terms of the performance of this game. How can you play so well at home and then play so poorly away? I'm so angry. I've told the players, well, words cannot express how angry I am. We have just bottled it. I mean, it could be worse. We could have been Rangers, I suppose. They've lost 7-2. I hate to say it, everyone. The Champions League dream is dead, and also Big Knot is on a goal drought. No goal in 8 matches. That's why he's on the bench. I mean, this puts me in a predicament because there's 5 games left of the season, and we've got very little to play for now. I'll hold up my hands in a minute. After we won the first leg 2-0, I was planning ahead. I was thinking tomorrow we'll do the semi-final. Day after that we can do the final. No, transfer special tomorrow. We'll do the end of season stuff tomorrow. I'm too sad to do it today. I'm gutted. I can't believe it. I'm angry. I'm annoyed. I can't really be surprised. I mean, just a little reminder, in terms of salary per year, we do have the lowest wage spend in the entire league. In fact, when you compare it to Manchester United's, it is like more than half their wages. We don't have the same money as them. We push them hard. I think I'm going through the stages of grief. I'm currently in denial, so maybe by tomorrow I will have recovered. I had everything planned out, you know, like I said, we weren't going to be doing a transfer special till Friday, and instead you get one tomorrow. I'm also going to do the end of season wrap-up stuff then. We'll look at the league table and everything else, but to be frank, it doesn't really matter. I mean, we've got Conference League football, so more obscure away days. Yay? I don't know. Is that good? Most of you probably think that's pretty good. I'm fuming, I'm livid, I'm annoyed. Truth be told, nothing I did in that second leg really made a difference. We were second best across the board, and just a little bit of lack of quality in certain areas kind of showed at the end of the day. Right, I'm going to go take a breather, finish off the season. We're going to be back tomorrow with a transfer special. So for those of you that have been missing those, because it's been a while since the last one, don't fret. I've got you covered tomorrow. If you do enjoy my pain and suffering, remember, do leave a like on the video. It helps reduce the pain slightly. Yeah, back tomorrow, transfer special. I'm going to have a lay down and a cry. Bye.